Welcome to our guided active imagination meditation session. When you are ready, take a moment to sit comfortably with good posture and close your eyes. We shall begin with a little bit of mindful breathing. We breathe in through the nose to a count of 4. And then pause for 4. Breathe out through the mouth for 4. Pause for 4. And repeat. While we are doing this simple breathing pattern, we observe the breath moving around the body. And again, this is just a little bit of mindful breathing just to warm up before we move into our proper meditation session. Observing the breath moving in through the nose, deep down into the abdomen, and gradually out through the mouth. Let us remind ourselves that for the next little while, all we will be doing is breathing and meditating. And for this short little while, nothing else matters. Just continuing to observe the breath moving around the body. And as we continue mindful breathing, I shall briefly introduce the meditation that we will be doing, active imagination. Active imagination is a Jungian technique in which we meditate on an image that has presented itself from our subconscious. It is said that by doing this, we will achieve individuation, that is, self-realization. And let us continue to mindful breathe for just a moment more. If you like, you may pause here and continue to practice mindful breathing, or follow me as we now go into the next step. For this step, you will need to choose an image from a dream. Remember an image that you have seen in a dream, or if you cannot remember your dream, choose any image that you think is important to you subconsciously. And now bring this image to mind. So we are moving our awareness from the breath to this image that has presented itself via our subconscious. And we are simply observing this image in our mind's eye, holding it lightly. We are not grasping at the image. We are just calmly allowing this image to exist in the mind and bringing our awareness to it. Again, should your mind wander or should you be momentarily distracted by thoughts or feelings, this is all normal. Just gradually bring your awareness back to this mental image and continue to meditate on it. And this is the second step of active imagination meditation, meditating on this image from our subconscious. If you like, you may pause here and continue to meditate on this subconscious image which I recommend you do for a few minutes. Or follow me as I now proceed into the next step. To now we have been meditating on this subconscious image. As we continue to meditate on this image, our imagination will cause this image to grow. For instance, you might see other related images, or the image that you're holding in your mind might begin to play out like a movie or a dream. Perhaps you might hear sounds and experience other things. Allow all of this to occur, allowing the imagination to take over as we observe any images, sounds, or dreamlike states that present itself via the imagination. And it is completely okay if you momentarily get lost in this dream-like state. And this is the third stage of this meditation. Again, feel free to pause or follow me into the fourth stage of active imagination. I shall recap what we have done so far so that you know how to practice. We have done mindful breathing to relax the mind. We have chosen an image from a dream or from our subconscious. We have meditated on that image, and then we have allowed our imagination to take over so that our image becomes more of a movie, and we experience sounds and other things related to this imaginary scene. Now we engage with this imaginary scene. Feel free to engage with this scene however you feel fit. For instance, if your mental image involves people or other characters, you may talk to them. Perhaps ask them questions and listen to their responses. And what we are doing is engaging with our imaginary scene and trying to listen to any messages or any lessons that our subconscious is presenting to us. And now I shall be quiet for a few minutes to allow you to do this. But first let me recap. Lightly hold your mental image, the image from your subconscious, in your mind. Allow your imagination to develop that image, and then feel free to explore and to engage with the image in any way that you see fit. We have now done the 4 stages of active imagination. I have gone through this quite quickly, and so if you like, again, you may wind back to the beginning and repeat the whole process, or pause here and continue to practice. When you are ready, slowly open your eyes. And so that is the meditation part of this practice. However, the technique does continue from here. In the Red Book, Jung advises us that we create an artistic representation of the imaginary scene that we have just experienced. You can write about it, draw it, paint it, or create any other artistic representation of this scene. After that, take a break and return later. When you return later, write a journal entry about the experience. Jung advises us to track our progress with this technique in a journal so that in that way we can monitor our subconscious. And that is the rather fascinating active imagination meditation, which I'm sure you'll agree with me is pretty unique and quite different to how we usually meditate. I hope you have enjoyed this meditation session, and I invite you to vote up and to subscribe. And as always, I appreciate your support. I'll see you next time.